Welcome to Dr. Jae Francis live stream. We're live streaming this Thursday, January 30, 5 p.m. Central Time to YouTube and TikTok, LinkedIn, and Facebook. Still having issue with Instagram. I'm working on it. Sorry for this delay. So thank you so much for joining this. Just those of you who watched me last week, I was very sick. I wouldn't say that I'm fully, or I didn't fully recover, but I will be able to talk to you about 30 minutes. Well, it's not surprising that under Trump, we have a lot of news, right? Confusion, and a lot of you are concerned. And then we're gonna talk about marriage green card case in the context of Trump's second term. And also, I'll be answering any questions, as much I can related to a green card or adjustment of the status cases. So, as usual, we're going to have a topic, which is marriage green card case today. And then I usually rotate between marriage green card case, consular process, Trump immigration, and then I'll sprinkle humanitarian visa removal defense cases whenever it's relevant. But thank you so much for joining today's live stream. Usually, I get a lot more questions from TikTok viewers than YouTube and any other channel. In fact, Facebook. For those of you who joining watching this from Facebook, LinkedIn, you're not able to post any questions. So now, so YD, we have a first question. So, how long does it take? Uh, you know, okay, so YD probably has a pending affirmative asylum 589, and then he has a second case option, marriage green card case, and he wonder how long it'll takes. Now, I usually tell this, right? When you have a pending affirmative asylum case and then you sort of added marriage green card case, I wouldn't say it takes longer, but the problem is that the chances of for them to schedule interview under Trump is really high. But as of today, right, USCIS didn't change their policy. It means that they don't schedule interview for all cases yet. So once there is an update, I'll let you know. But circling back, if you have a pending affirmative asylum case and then you have a marriage green card case, then chances of USCIS scheduling interview is high. And number two, in many cases, you don't get approval right away because they like to investigate. So this is what's going to happen under Trump. When you have a multiple case with them, right, whether previously approved or denied and pending, they're going to look at everything. So in this case, YD and other people, they're gonna review your pending asylum case and then marriage green card case. Although asylum case is reviewed by different part of USCIS office. So technically, the officer who's gonna interview you for your marriage green card case, they don't have a sort of jurisdiction to review your asylum case. But your case can be a little bit challenging. Now, you may see that I have a cat perch, and then the cat just entered, and she may jump in and they say hello, but she may meow. So just like to let you know that our kitten, her name is Rosie. She came to us. I mean, we didn't rescue her, so let's be honest, that's not the case. But she came to us December 24th, Christmas Eve. So she's our Christmas gift. So my wife and I, we love our kitten, and then she may jump into that perch, but no guarantee. Okay, someday you will see her. Now, she's right below me. Anyway, so Priscilla. Oh, I see. So you have a wave through. So it means that there's a a way to enter the US, right? And then one of the way is called wave through. It means that they didn't inspect your entry document. You're with somebody, right? Usually in the bus or truck, and then they look at the entry document of the driver or some people and say wave through. So usually wave through is a challenging one, even under Biden. And then you probably you know, need to assume that it'll be more difficult under Trump. And then still, there's a good case law supporting wave through adjustment, but it's really case by case, case by case. Okay, I think that we have a lot of questions here. Okay, I have a I have a TikTok user who asked the question in Korean. By the way, you know that I was born in South Korea, so I speak and read Korean. So, but I'm scrolling. Okay, so I'm catching up. Yes, ASO, right? My spouse and I don't live in the same state. Is that a challenging situation? Usually. So unless you have a valid reasons, right, you need to be together. So what are the valid reasons? So one of you go to school. One of you has work visa, right? H-1B, right? TN visa. It's not easy to change. But I will tell you this, under Biden, were highly successful for those cases who didn't live together. They didn't have a good reasons much. They didn't go to school. They didn't have a job. Simply U.S. citizen spouses say that, well, I have a children go to same school. I like to make sure that they stay that way. And then undocumented, spouse say that, well, if I go to different state, then I won't be able to find a job, and who's gonna, support myself and my wife or husband. So we're successful. But under Trump, it may be different. It can be a little bit more challenging. So you need to assume that under Trump, everything will be difficult. But those of you who watch my TikTok and YouTube video, we had the first approval under Trump's USCIS, right? It was approved, last week, and then obviously no interview, right? Approved without the request for evidence and interview. So I think that case was filed under Biden USCIS and review under Trump's USCIS. I didn't see any difference. It was reviewed and approved by National Visa Center. I'm sorry, tired. National Benefit Center, NBC. Anyway, so now ESA. Okay, so wow, I have a question about T visa. Hey, okay, Roberto asked the question. I'll get back to you, but Roberto say that he's talking about expedited case. Wonder what case you have. And then Rhonda, thank you so much for sharing the rules. Thank you so much. But going back to Isa, she has a T visa. So does it mean that your T visa was approved? Sorry that you have to go through T visa, but I'm glad that it was approved. And then looks like you're switching to marriage green card case, which is a possibility, but just well, thank you so much for general, and then doesn't show whole name. But Isa, you need to be careful. Inadmissibility forgiven under T visa cannot be applicable to outside of T visa. So when your T visa is approved, you have two options in a way. One is that you adjust your status based upon T visa, and then all forgiven inadmissibility will stay with you. But if you get married to U.S. citizen and then think that, well, this is a better option, you may do it. But you need to be careful with inadmissibility that was associated with your T visa. So you need to be careful. If you need attorney, right, you know how to find us. If you're from TikTok, so go to profile and you find the phone number. And then if you watch this video on YouTube and other channel, you can find the phone number, because TikTok doesn't allow me to say phone number publicly to protect privacy of the viewers. Okay, so I'm a little bit behind. Okay, now yeah. So then UNA has a 601A waiver case. So it means that I-130 is approved, 601A approved. Does it mean that you're safe from deportation? Unfortunately, answer is that's not the case. But I don't think that you're subject to expedited removal, because expedited removal apply if you enter the U.S. less than 2 years. So for those of you who follow the news, right, under Trump's direction, they're trying to round up those with final removal orders, or and a serious criminal records, right? So the one guy, that Trump's, I mean, he's a TV personnel, like TV person, just like the Reagan, right? Reagan was actor, right? Trump is actor too. He's a businessman, but he's an actor. So he mobilized Dr. Phil, right? This TV doctor person, right? And they recorded this, detention of a person undocumented who killed a U.S. citizen with a drunk driving in New York City, and he was arrested today. I didn't watch that the reporting, but I look at the news. So that's what they're trying to do now. And then after that, I mean, they may do it at the same time, but once they're done with rounding up those with the criminal records and final removal orders, then they may go after those who enter recently as a parolee, right? Remember that CBP1, right? You make an appointment and then you had a chance for credible fear interview, and you're allowed to enter as a parolee, right, through the Mexican border, or you or from Cuba, right, Nicaragua, Venezuela, and Haiti. That's a humanitarian parole. The Trump's government paused all this program, and that they even canceled Venezuela TPS, or they say that if you're from Venezuela, if you're on TPS, unless you apply for asylum, right, within 1 year, then they said, you need to leave this country by July, or they're gonna pick you up. I'm gonna drink some water. So Kai on YouTube asked the question: how long before you can file N400? So you're married for 6 years and recently divorced. Okay, recently divorced. And then you have a 751 pending for 3 years. Kai, you probably the cat tried to jump into the perch and she failed. I'm sorry. So I'm going to remove some of the devices. Now you need to talk to attorney. Now, looks like you filed 751 together with your spouse, right? So when you're divorced, you need to update it and you need to convert 751 to individual. So before you apply for N400, you need to address your 751. So I'm not your attorney, but you know how to find the phone number on YouTube. So contact us. Okay. 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 So user 1009, I said that he wrote in Korea. So he's South Korean, so that's why he entered the U.S. with ESTA and overstay. And he got married to U.S. citizen. And then he wondered whether he can get a green card safely. And then he said he doesn't have a criminal records. That's good. Contact us, right? Contact us, user 1009. We would be happy to help you. But getting married to U.S. citizen is really good option you have. I'm going to talk about another updates. One of our clients in Illinois, right, went for interview, separate interview, tough one, this Wednesday. Today's Thursday, so it was actually yesterday. And then we were a little bit concerned that, perhaps ICE would be waiting for him to attend the interview and then pick him up because he overstayed, right? He overstayed his visa. And then there was like concern that those of you who overstay, if you attend the interview, like will you be picked up by ICE? Well, obviously in the Chicago probably, this wouldn't happen. But if you're in different state, you may need to be careful. I don't want to scare you too much, but just nowadays you need to be careful. But circling back to Yujo 1009, I speak Korean too, so you can contact us. Okay. Now, Luza asks, I have a lot of good questions today. Thank you so much for asking good questions. What happens if you file I-130 and 45 separately? You may, as long as, right, uh, you know, your spouse is U.S. citizen. Maybe your spouse is not U.S. citizen, maybe permanent resident. That's why you like to apply for I-130 and 45 separately. As I mentioned, our kitten Rosie is, just like moving around, and then she like to play with me, and then I'm just working and recording, and she's like meowing. So maybe she jump into the perch. We'll see. Hope that it happens to that, but next time, if not. Now, you may submit I-130 and 45 separately, but I will tell you this. Usually, if your spouse is U.S. citizen, right, it's better to submit I-130 and 45 at the same time, because that's the best way to have a faster case processing. We have seen in the past that you submit I-130 first and 45 later. Usually, it takes longer for USCIS to review your case. So probably not a good idea, but it's a doable. Okay, so Senorita Jackie Lena asks, when do you get work permit? Also ask for when do you get travel permit after you submit, AUS, marriage green card case. Right now, still under Trump, they're fast. Our clients get their work permit within like 30 days after we submit work permit, but travel permit will take some time. So I would say more than 6 months up to 1 year. So you get work permit first, really fast. Those of you who don't have a social, you'll get social fast, but work permit is a different situation. It'll take longer. Okay, so then Angel Face say, good morning, doctor. Thank you so much. Probably you're overseas. Maybe you're in Philippines or Asia. Yes, Nana Stone share very good news. She said her I-130 45 got approved last night. Congratulations. Now you're getting green card, so usually it takes about 7 to 10 days after approval. I just wonder where you're located, which state you live, and then whether there's any interview. Okay. Hamid asks, how are, ask me, how I feel, and thank you so much for asking. Okay. Okay. I'm just reviewing this. Once again, I'm just a little bit behind in reviewing this list of the question here. There's quite a bit of questions today. Okay, sorry. I'm just trying to do my best, but there's a lot of questions, and then I like to. Okay, so still okay. Alfred said that I've. Okay, so Alfred, I think that Chavez, you need to contact us because you got married to U.S. citizen, but perhaps you enter without inspection and you have a 245I. It means that usually your parents, right? Their sibling, which is uncle and aunts for you, file I-130 petition for them before April 2001. Thus, and you're born, right? So before that, so you may be able to overcome your entry without inspection with 245I. So contact us and then we'll assess your option. Now, still behind. Okay, just give me 1 second here. I don't know why, just not able to find the last question that I review fast, because maybe maybe okay. It's kind of weird today. Okay, so maybe I'm sorry. I probably need to skip some of the question here. Okay, so General Assam New asked the question, right? I think that you shared the rules, with us. So he has a consular process case, not the topic that we're supposed to talk today, but I will talk about your situation a little bit. So when you have a consular process, right, you start with I-130 with the USCIS, and when it's approved, then goes to National Visa Center, and then everything's done online. Now, when National Visa Center approves, then they're waiting for consular post to have an open spot for you. So then the question is how long you need to wait. It's a case by case. We have some cases scheduled for interview in 3 months and 6 months, right? So, but if you're in Mexico, right, Juarez takes longer, and Pakistan, Islamabad takes a lot longer. So it's really case by case. Hey, our Archida, K1 fiance case, say hi. So I say hi. Thank you so much for joining every Thursday. Okay, Jessica. Um, yeah, so Jessica, probably you're U.S. citizen, and then your husband has a master calendar hearing. It means that he has a pending removal proceeding, and then can you adjust before immigration court? Contact us. We'll do a free case evaluation. Now, if your husband entered the U.S. with a visa overstay and doesn't have a criminal records, then you can adjust before the court. But if not, you need to do admin closure of the removal proceeding. Then he need to do 601A waiver. So we handle both of them. Okay, Archie, I'm so sorry. Her 129F petition is still pending with USCIS, and then went to California Service Center. It's a case by case, but they're fast now. Sorry. Okay, so as you can, I don't know whether you can hear her meowing. She said, I like to play with you, but I need to work, so I need to do a live stream. Matt Pick, married for 7 years, two children, 6 and 3 years old, and then wife is from Kazakhstan, and then you're in Texas, starting I-130. Best wishes, and if you need attorney, let us know. So it's a spouse. Visa case, and then usually it'll take about 18 months. So you start with I-130, National Visa Center, and interview in Kazakhstan. But children, right? You've been married 7 years, and then your children's ages are 6 and 3, so must be yours, right? You and your wife. So did you do consular, the report of birth abroad? So that's how they become U.S. citizen. Okay, so then Jessica Castaneda, your abuser is in jail. So, and then you're thinking about starting your visa. Absolutely, you can contact us. We'll do free case evaluation. So, in terms of abusive domestic relationship, right? If abuser is a U.S. citizen or permanent resident, and then you're married or recently divorced, then you can go with a VAWA, Violence Against Women's Act option. But if you're abuser, regardless of their immigration status, and you never married, then it's U visa. But I don't know whether Jessica, you reported this incident to the police. Looks like that's how he ended up in jail. So contact us, okay? But at the same time, Jessica, you said, should I apply for family visa through my husband? So abuser is your maybe ex-boyfriend, right? I'm just guessing, right? So and then you got married to U.S. citizen. That's another option too. But the question is, Jessica, whether you enter with a visa or not, right? So if you enter without the visa, then U visa is a better option. But U visa takes 10 years. So if your husband is U.S. citizen, then 601A waiver is a better option. So you have an option, situation. Contact us, okay? Okay. So pause ninja, okay? So you had a PD. It means that under Biden, DHS attorney, ICE attorney, had a discretion. It's called prosecutorial discretion to dismiss your case. So it looks like your removal proceeding is dismissed, right? And then the question is, are you subject to deportation if you don't have any criminal records? I mean, possibility, but not likely. Not likely. So it's good that your removal proceeding was dismissed. But I guess your removal proceeding was dismissed because maybe your I-130 with the U.S. citizen spouse approved, right? So if you need attorney, let us know. Okay, Gastel, can you travel from Miami to New York on I-94? I-94. Well, I mean, that's not how you do domestic trip. You use, passport, right? If you happen to have a valid driver license, that's how you fly. So far, there is no reports that ICE rounding up the people at the airport if your visa overstay, but you use passport or driver license. Okay. Good. So Sandy Wade, she was on DACA and then she completed advance parole. She just filed I-130 and 45 at the same time. How long will it take? Depends on where you live, right? If they schedule interview, then it'll take longer. If you're in, California, New York, Miami, and then, like Texas. But if not, it'll be faster. So the question is whether they're gonna schedule interview for you or not. But if they don't schedule interview, I'll still say 6 months. Then they will approve your case based upon the paperwork that you submitted. Okay, so I think that I answered Jessica's question here. I'm just drink some water. Sorry for the little bit of pause. Okay. Today is kind of unusual. Okay, so Millie Panther, is it a good time to apply for marriage green card case for your wife who overstay her visa? Answer is yes. So let's talk about this. Trump's immigration is trying to fulfill what they promise, which is cracking down on undocumented immigrants with the criminal records. And then unfortunately they're going to go after recent arrival, but they're not there to sort of target those who overstay the visa. So maybe it's good time. We have a lot of cases with the clients who overstay their visa, so we submit a lot of them still. So unless we have a different report, then we're going to continue to do so. So it's a good time. If you need an attorney, just let us know. Okay, so thank you so much for joining this live stream. Sorry that I couldn't figure out Instagram this time. I'm gonna figure out. Just like with the return of Trump, it's been really hectic. Helping clients and potential clients and lots of calls and meetings. But I added more steps, so we're well equipped to handle complex and difficult cases. And then just let us know. Now, and then also, I'm sorry that our kitten Rosie didn't hop on into the perch, but next Thursday, there's a chance that she may join us. She's a Scottish foal. She's 3 months old, and her name is Rosie. She has a silver, a little bit of brown, white spot, and then she just it just went to her section. She's not with me. She's not happy. Like she's upset that I didn't pay attention to her and didn't play with her. But anyway, so thank you so much for joining this live stream. Next Thursday, I'm gonna talk about consular process. I was kind of surprised, pleasantly actually, that Trump didn't bring back Muslim travel ban, which is good, so keep it that way. So we'll see. There might be some updates. Now, final comments. CBP, right, who handles U.S. Entry departure, warn that those of you who are thinking about going overseas with advanced parole, they said they're going to use a discretion. So more than ever, probably not a good idea to go overseas with advanced parole. Go overseas with a green card. But anyway, so we'll talk about this again. Thank you so much for joining this live stream. Until next Thursday, be safe and peace be with you. Thank you so much for joining.